He's never dropped a whack album since 1987. There's no better rapper than Scarface. The GOAT Scarface album is a tie between Mr. Scarface's Back, Untouchable, and The Fix. It's a three-way tie. And it's only a three-way tie for me because he and I argue over The Fix all the time, which I think is an excellent record, but I've always rated Untouchable a little higher. But he told me to shut up. He made the albums. He knows what he's talking about. Whew, shit. People know I actually own these cars. I just got the 96 Impala back, and shouts out to my man, Ron, 777 Style, because he actually built it. I got a 96 Impala with only 1,000 miles from Autotopia. We did a 2-inch drop on it, put 21-inch Forgiato wheels on it, did an intake and beefed up the exhaust system. I bought a 66 Skylark. I also drive a Hellcat as my daily driver. But the GOAT of all cars is the 1987 Buick Grand National GNX. That car ate Porsches and Vets and fucking Guineas and Ferraris for breakfast, and it was an American-made 6-cylinder car by Buick. It was literally the car your grandparents would just buy on a humbug and keep and never knew that they had a piece of treasure in the garage. So that's the GOAT to me. The GOAT OUTKAST album, I'm from Atlanta, so Southern Playalistic Funky Cadillac music is always gonna be Atlanta's choice for the GOAT album because it's the album that broke Atlanta and actually gave us a sound. If you listen to Memphis with 8 Ball and MJG, Texas by way of Houston and Port Arthur, UGK, and just other Southern music, they all sampled soul samples, and they all did it radically different. So the Memphis sample is kind of like Willie Hutch. It's a little more hyper, a little more crunk. And if you look at Houston music, they soul music, they chopped it and slowed it down, right? Well, OUTKAST soul music was more Curtis Mayfield based because Curtis Mayfield actually mentored Organized Noise. So they defined our sound. So our sound is more like Southern rapping over music that's interpreted or reinterpreted or replayed from a Curtis Mayfield approach to soul. And that's why I like it, because it gave us a definitive sound, and I like the way we spit over our soul samples. Blue Flame. No question, the Blue Flame. All right, Follies and Pinups get Decatur love because they still stay open late. So shouts out to them. And I have definitely dated girls out of both of those clubs. Actually, I've dated girls out of all these clubs, but shouts out to Follies and Pinups. But they're Decatur clubs, so they don't even get to look for me. Peaches is the club that I took the football team in to get head in high school. No bullshit. And we ran out of gas and had to call Robert's dad to come get us. The Blue Flame, because the Blue Flame is in the neighborhood I grew up in. And it was owned by a man now deceased, Mr. Cato, and his family. And because the neighborhood I grew up in was a mixed black community, meaning very rich black people lived there and working class and poor black people lived there, but they were supporters of the civil rights movement too. So, you know, when Black Atlanta was still segregated and separated and people needed food, clothing, and shelter to help the counter the cause go on, they were one of the families that did it. So those dollars, you know, went to some positivity too, and they still do. Like, shouts out to Baby Fat from The Flame. She just opened her own store, lace front wig store. Shouts out to Lee, who battled cancer and fucking started a cancer group for girls. So a lot of good has come out of naked girls and men throwing money. I just love that club, and I don't have to pay to get in because I have a lifetime VIP. Kobe, fuck out of here. Everybody knows that. Let me tell you why. Because Michael Jordan has done what no one else has done. He's redefined the game. He cheated Dominique Wilkins out of slam dunk contest. He has the illest selling shoes ever, right? So we know Mike is the man. So to me, after you have Zeus, it is who is willing to challenge the God. And there has been no player post Michael Jordan that has had the ambition to be better, for their life's work to surpass Jordan, even in numbering yourself 24 versus 23. To me, that type of ambition deserves reward. Even if you fail, even if you never get the 6 championships, you have to retire with 5. Even if your former friends and teammates hate you because of that ambition. Even if a New York Knick punches you in your fucking face, right? Like, you deserve that, because Kobe Bryant had the audacity to try to be better than Michael Jordan. And for me as a rapper, you know, if my goal is to simply be as good as the person I admire, I'm failing. I have to try to be better. So my whole career has been trying to outdo Scarface. So we'll see if one day it works.